Hello, everybody. Welcome to Link Your Pathway. Today we have four amazing runners playing all of the same terrible stage. My name is Walter IV. I'm joined with Elaine. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. It's gonna be a fun race between the perfect unadulterated gaming squad, also Pugs in short, and the Noble Foxes on the right side here. We have Dante and Eri playing for the Pugs, playing as their respective Pug sprites. I think they are like slightly different. And we have Hayfield Bay and Obscure on the right side, playing for the Foxes. And yeah, so it's gonna be a fun match. What is your prediction gonna be for this match?
I don't know. I mean, like Randomizer is just like very chaotic normally. It gets, I guess, a little bit better when you're doing co-op because you get some of that like crazy information before walking into the rooms. But I just want to see at the minimum at least one unexpected death from like a roller or something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's like if you sign up for Randomizer, you know there's gonna be like a room full of like either Hinoxes, liners, or like rollers going left and right, like in the dark rooms and stuff like that. Like you're prepared for that mentally, but not so much like when you actually play the game. Because sometimes you enter a room and there's like a roller sitting on the door. But it looks like we're starting already into the seat, both chests having bombs. You can start at in Link's house and in Sanctuary, so we already got the spike.
Find our first big spike, nice. Oh, first death, nice.
Alright, that was what, like 15 seconds in?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's the problem with having boots but no sword. You can't really dash through enemies. So yeah, I guess both teams are gonna hope that they find the sword really soon. Me, on the other hand, I'm definitely gonna hope we're not gonna find a sword for quite a while.
Yeah, we can already see like the runners of each team like splitting up. Looks like Hayfield Bay and Dante are gonna go towards Eastern Palace, while Eri and Obscure are gonna check out Kakariko, see what Blindside has.
Yeah, I guess like with the boots, heading over to Eastern is quite fast, and you don't really need to rely on bombs, even though we got them to get Sah's hut.
And we see a 5-6 crystal at Eastern. I think Hera and Desert were regular crystals, and also Sahasra told us that Skullwoods is gonna be the green pendant. And I also think our trackers caught that as well, and we are. Yeah, our trackers today for tonight are Relkin and Marcy. Thank you so much already for doing the hard work of clicking the respective buttons.
For sure. We did get a bottle in Kakariko as well as a glove, but the bottle is nice to get early in Kak because you get to check the bottle vendor right away. No, not bottle vendor, it's a kid. But I guess with the money we have, we can check bottle vendor as well.
Yeah, we already found 2 of the pieces for Darkworld Access, because Moonpearl was over at Sahasrara, which Dante and Hayfield picked up. So we're looking for a hammer or mids, potentially, to enter the Darkworld at some point.
Yeah, I mean, with this being Randomizer and you don't have a starting sword, I definitely think the runner's going to hope for a hammer going into Dark World. Then at least you have some kind of reliable weapon. I know Dante's...
Speaking of weapons, Obscure just found a sword in a somewhat okay-ish chicken hut, I guess.
So, yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't an insta-death room. Alright, so we get some defenses early at least.
Looks like Dante's gonna make his way down towards South Shore or maybe Agina. Oh no. Yeah, Sickit only giving us a couple of arrows with the bottle we found. But yeah, so this is week 7 of the group stage, I guess, here for the Kakariko division. And we have the Pugs, playing for their division victory, because they are sitting at 30 points, just like another team. Let me look real quick. The last location is, which they've actually lost to in week 4, I think. Like one game, they won one and they lost one. So this is like one of their 2 losses. And yeah, both teams go in this week with 30 points, and the Pucks are looking to clutch it out here with a victory, or maybe even a tie, I think.
Yeah, yeah. It would definitely be nice going into the ending groups as the winners. Gives you some kind of advantage going into the last couple of games of the season.
Hayfield getting robbed here in the chicken hut by the thief. It looks like Dante and Ari are kind of like meeting up in CAG here. Ari coming from the south, I think. Dante coming from the top.
Yeah, they'll get to tell each other a little bit of what chest to skip here. And it looks like we're gonna see our first back of escape here. It can be quite a dangerous place with 3 hearts and Randomizer.
Some more safeties here with the powder.
Yeah, I feel like powder is like even better in Randomizer. Like, sure, you might not get those reliable fairy refills in dungeons, but like you can just shut out so many enemies with the powder and get some unexpected refills instead. Oh, that
He even went ahead and bought a heart at the shop.
Well, at least he gets some use out of his fairy there. So now both Dante and Obscura has already used that fairy.
I don't think we've seen anything over at South Shore. Not sure if we saw Ice Rod Cave earlier on Dante's side.
I don't think so. He went over to Agina's cave instead. No, that was Eri who went there, right? No, I think it was Dante.
It was one or the other. But yeah, looks like Heavy Base already in Hyrule Castle, and Dante's gonna join him very soon here.
Ooh, there's a fire rod in Ice Rod Cave, so not an item we need right away, but it's definitely nice to have, especially because dark rooms can be so punishing in this game mode.
Yeah, you don't want to go into a dark room in Randomizer. Oh, Dante, you have to be very careful here. He's gonna go ahead and do Zora checks.
Yeah, we get a nice sync here at the top with Dante and Hayfield. Both on 1 heart though, so they both have to be careful here. I think Hayfield still has the fairy though.
Yeah, I think so as well. Somewhat in sync here.
Yeah.
From our top runners. Kind of fun to watch.
It's always scary when you get into a room where you know there's enemies and there's like no enemies visible.
We got the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. Nice having bombs here against the Hinox.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, like, no matter how many like hearts an Hinox has, you can like throw a bomb and he will just insta-die. There's a couple of enemies like this, like bombs, hookshot and stuff like that. Looks like Hayfield is not gonna check Zelda Cell. Or was he not sure if he opened that chest? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I guess he just wasn't sure. I'll get to see what Sora has here. We already have so many rupees. And it is in logic with the glove in hand. Just harpies though.
Yeah, but we found a bow in Waterfall Cave.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because in Randomizer you might only need that bow for like shooting the statue in
pod, yeah.
In pod, yeah. But it is a nice weapon to have as well, especially against some of the bosses if you only have Fighter Sword as the other option.
It looks like Dante is deciding to pick up his powder here out of back of his cape, which makes sense. It's a nice safety. There's like anti-fairies everywhere in Randomizer as well, so might as well just pick it up.
So is Dark Rooms with lanterns still in logic in Randomizer if you have the fire rod?
I think so, yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but I would say it is.
That is kind of funny because that could put Eastern boss in logic if the big key is not vanilla.
There's no big key shuffle. Or what do you mean? That it's not in the.
I mean,
I think
if the big key is in the vanilla spot, you can't get there with the fire rod. But you can get it before.
Oh, I think it's still in logic though.
There's no lanterns going over to the big key chest though.
Yeah, I don't know. We will see. It's probably like somewhere before. Like what do we have left even? There's not a lot left, right?
Not really, no. Like we can't get into desert. We did see the book earlier. It was on Lumberjack ledge, so that could come into play later. But we would need the lamp before we could do Ag anyways, and a sword or something like that. So I guess it kind of has to be something in Eastern, right?
Yeah. I also think we haven't seen Darkross, but it might just be the map. So I don't think we've seen that one. Or maybe runners just don't want to go there. Zelda said was a map. Okay, alright. Get a green goo here at Waterfall Ferry. Dante's just gonna make good use of it.
Yeah. It's definitely doesn't hurt to get that extra magic. I guess we didn't see this dark room in the castle yet, right? Ooh, Eric taking a death in the dark there. Couldn't really see what it was, neither could he.
Oh, he decides to save and quit. But yeah, Obscure's gonna be the first one here over in Eastern. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's the big key right off the... Ooh, and we have Hammer at Hobo. So that's our Dark World access here, but it's
nice.
kinda not in logic yet.
Yeah, we might see flippers just end up being here in Eastern. Which would be kinda hilarious if this was a normal seed. You have flippers like in Eastern, but the bow is flipper locked. But thanks to Randomizer, we don't really have to worry too much about that.
Get a Dark World map check here. All pendants on the left side.
Yeah. Thieves Town and Mr. Myers are the two pendants.
And looks like Eastern was also a 5-6 crystal earlier. Thought I saw regular crystals.
Ooh, Mitts right away in the Dark World here. And a Master Sword. And Bombos.
And Bombos.
Alright. I'd say that was pretty good value.
Yeah, it was a pretty good cave. Also a heart container at the end there, which you like with green mail and Randomizer, you don't say no to, right?
Yeah, especially when you have 3 hearts. Like, it's a big upgrade.
Oh, there's our flippers in Eastern Big Chess.
Yeah. Looks like Obscure is going to the back. Only has one shot with the fire rod here, but nails it. It's not really the hardest torch to get, but it would be super awkward if you're able to miss that. Now there is still a couple of bosses we could not beat, like if Trinex or Argus would be here in the back. That would be something they would have to come back to. But I mean, even like a Victorious or something like that can be quite awkward, like used to fight a sword and bow. Like it's not the worst, but especially because you don't have to worry about the goo, but like you're still like pretty much one shot away from dying.
Yeah, I would say there's a good chunk of bosses that you kind of don't want to face at this stage.
Yeah, like imagine if there's a Helmasaur here. Like Obscure only has 3 bombs, no hammer. Won't be able to do it.
Yeah, this room's always fun in Randomizer.
It's definitely one of the best.
Oh, that was
some of the like most harmless rooms in normal rando just becomes like so much worse in Randomizer.
Oh, it's just a 3-eyed Moldom, so we can take care of that one. Harry also continues over to Eastern. Meanwhile, Hayfield and Dante are gonna check out Village of Outcasts here with their newly acquired mids.
Yeah. Do you think they head over and check the boss here in Outcast? Like normally you only check the first 4 if it's a pendant, but with Randomizer you can go straight for the boss and just maybe get like 1 extra item for doing that. But it's a pendant though.
Maybe. I feel like they're just gonna go and complete it, because there's not a lot left to do, and it's also co-op. So, like,
Yeah.
if you spend time like finishing this dungeon, your like partner doesn't have to, unless there's like some valuable items, and this way you can like kind of split up the awful checks. It's always very cool in co-op, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, you can approach the seeds like quite differently. Like you pretty much just want to full clear it as soon as possible, because then you have all the information and you can use both run towards the goal.
Oh, nice block here with the shield on Dante's side. So Obscure just picked up his hammer, heading over to the Dark World. It's probably gonna go towards Pod or Catfish area. We see Eri trying his best in the Eastern Palace Dark Room. He got the key. Oh, he just has to make it safely over to the left side.
Oh yeah, he's in this dark room. Oh, that looks like a Lionel.
Yeah, that looked like a Lionel.
Yeah, that's rough. We'll go back in. Yeah, he'll go back in and probably just go for the boss and skip that additional dark room.
You think so? He got the key already. He might just go, and it's like just hug the left wall and you will make it without the Lionel even interfering. So
I suppose that's fair.
But yeah, to answer your previous question, Dante checked the boss. It's an Armos, as you pointed out.
Yeah, but he didn't go to the back though, right?
No, not yet. Oh, also, Relican Hour Tracker points out that Dante despawned the key in front of the boss room. This can happen if there's like too many sprites.
Yeah, that's a bit awkward. Luckily, he could have just head back in again later and pick it up. Heading to Skullwoods, we could potentially beat this as well. Skullwoods fight, like with this few hearts, could be kind of awkward as well though, because some of the enemies in that boss room with like spikes coating the walls and moving conveyor floors, it can be hard to like stay out of harm's way there.
Yeah, you usually see like a Vitreous in there. It's just awful. Like you drop down the hole, you already get hit by an eye, like right off the bat. It's always a bad time. Yeah, looks like Eri didn't go over to the Vanilla Bicky chest, but instead just goes for the boss here over in Eastern Palace.
Yeah, and he gets through this room, so he should be safe now. And he actually has the hammer here, so he'll get a super nice and fast Moldarn fight.
The Hayfields taking a look at Bumper Ledge before heading into Skullwoods, which I really like. Obscure check in the pod area. It's just some bombs. Hayfield not continuing? So yeah, he's gonna miss out on that flute that Dante found in Skullwoods.
Yeah, that could be a little bit awkward. We don't really need the flute potentially at all, but it's definitely nice to have.
Is he just gonna head over to Ice Palace?
It definitely looks like it. With 5 hearts. We'll have to set up a fake flipper here because doesn't have picked up that bow yet, or the flippers yet.
Yeah, and he got the splash deletion by shooting 3 arrows and like putting down 2 bombs. And then if you jump into the water, if you do it like fast enough, you can just swim. without having
just
the
like
need to
in
acquire flippers.
just like in real life.
Yeah, just shoot 3 arrows into a wall.
Yeah, that's how I learned to swim.
Oh, nice. Is that how things are up in Sweden?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. But yeah, that's a very brave play without a cane as well.
Yeah, this it's so easy to take damage in this. Like we see him already taking 2 hearts of damage here. It's like especially when you have like ice floors and unpredictable enemies and stuff like that. It can be so easy to just take ship damage here and there.
Oh,
That was so close.
that was very close with the Gipto right there.
Yeah, so we see like this, and this is like one of the first rooms. So definitely gonna have to play it safe.
We do get a hard container here though.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Obscure's making his way over to right side in pod, which does not require the bow in this mode. Because there's no mimics.
But you gotta think like for Hayfield, like he'll have to do the bomb jump here pretty much, and then like doesn't have a safe way to get over the spikes on the right side as well. So that's like some guaranteed damage already.
But he still does have the ferry though.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the only one at this point.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oof, take some fall damage there from the skull. Alright, we got our limits, we got the fluid. We'll get to see from then to what's on the Meyer side here. We could potentially have everything we need to beat, like, no, not quite, but almost all dependents already, which is kind of awkward.
That was Quake for Maya Medallion. Ooh,
there's the hook shot. Alright, so missing that fluid could actually be quite big now. Like, not only do you need that hook shot to get into to finish like Swamp Palace, which is a crystal, but it's also like a requirement to beat what's the Argus boss fight as well.
Oh, there's a chain jump. Nice. Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier. Sometimes you enter a room that's like
an
enemy.
spike for Obscure as well.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's at the very end of the bridge.
Oh, yeah. Good solution, though.
Yeah.
Deboosting with a bomb.
Half art, though. Gotta play safe now.
That room looks kind of fun on Hayfield side, where the jellies just turn into, I don't know, like flying fireballs or whatever.
Yeah, so this room and I think the next one as well are always like vanilla, even in Randomizer. I'm not sure why, but it is. Even though there's some like visual glitch there.
Yeah, there's probably some technical reason. I think there's a couple of rooms like this. But yeah, Dante going to the mountain here without a lamp.
Mm-hmm.
Old Man Cave actually looked somewhat harmless this time around.
Yeah, a lot of the enemies, most of the times in Old Man Cave, just like get stuck in the walls.
Oh yeah, but there can also be like awful combinations that just won't let you pass, like no matter what you do.
Yeah, I definitely heard rumors of like tournament runs just ending because of that room.
See some $20 here from the Smiths. Obscure, meanwhile, making his way through Port Darkmice. I don't think we've seen anything like of value here over in Port, right?
Yeah, not really. Oh, did Obscure not pick up the hammer before going here?
I think he did. Like, how else was he gonna go into Dark World?
Oh, yeah, right. You're right.
But we see a Tempered Sword here in Ice, which is already like worth the time.
Mm-hmm. I guess there just probably wasn't an item on the boss stand, and it could be really awkward to get down there without the A lamp as well with this number of hearts. So
Dante's
Hazel is
Death.
getting. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Dante's Death Mountain kind of looks like he's in the Dark World already with the like
Yeah.
shape of the color here.
Hayfield got through Ice Palace quite good, I think, but it did take quite a while though.
Yeah, also
And I don't think he really got anything good out of it.
Also he did a good job there, waiting a little bit before like running up to the hole in the last room, because sometimes there's rumors that there can be a War Master in that room, and like as you lift up the rock, it will like come down and catch you, and it's like very frustrating. So
Yeah, that's definitely a sad face moment when that happens.
yeah, but he defeated the second Moldom.
Yeah, I guess like
Of
the
the
one
sea.
big thing he got from Ice Palace was the Temper Sword, which is going to be nice to have for the rest of the run, but it's not really progression, which the runners are looking for right now.
Yeah, currently it looks like the flute is gonna be where they want to go,
Mm-hmm.
and then pick up the hook shot. See a cold stare up in Hera.
It's always fun when you get this fight and you spend all your magic to break the shell and then you fall down the floor.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen.
Oh,
no.
the hole! I did think he did get a second green potion though, right?
Yeah, right. But yeah, good job, commentator cursing that, worth it. Yeah, we see a Spike here on Obscure side, which is definitely interesting. He has to look out though. He has quite some low HP, but he does have a green potion. Alright. Looks like Hayfield's gonna make his way to the back. Ooh, we
there's
get
a
the mirror. That's a pretty good pickup.
I mean, it's good, but it's also like it's gotta take them away from the flute for quite a bit longer now, I guess. Oh, actually, Hayfield is in Skullwoods though, so Hayfield should pick up the flute anyways. Where was that blue king?
That's a good question. Probably
I
in
guess it must have
pod?
been in pod. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so we see one crystal for each of our runners. Arian Obscure getting the Eastern Crystal. Meanwhile, Hayfield has Ice and Dante has Hera.
Yeah. And as soon as like Hayfield is about to find the flute here, and they just found Mirror as well. So they're probably gonna head over to like after that, maybe head over to a desert play, get that hook shot from my area. That will unlock Swamp as well. I guess we're only like really looking for the Red Cane and maybe more medallions, plus the probably Ice Rod. Like Ice Rod is not necessarily required, but it's quite likely we'll run into at least one Trinox.
Yeah, sounds accurate. Alright, let's see what the boss in Skullwoods is. So, like in this mode, they changed it up a while ago. I think if you pick up a compass and you, oh yeah, that's Vitris, and you check your map, then you can see like a little boss icon, which can display you which boss is at the end of the dungeon. But didn't quite catch if anyone looked at the Skullwoods boss. But yeah, this is a fun fight on the conveyor belt.
Yeah, I mean, at least has the tempered swords, and has enough hearts by now to actually be able to tank a hit.
Yeah, we also got the bow for the last eye, like the second phase. Ooh, has to be careful now though.
Yeah.
I still think Hayfield has the ferry though, so it's not too bad.
Ooh, but not switching over to the bow here and kind of gets hugged a bit.
And I think he wanted to push him into the spikes. So if you didn't know, you can like push enemies into the spikes in the in the modular room, and it will damage like cold step puffs.
On Dante's side here, we have a beautiful roller.
Oof.
Hey, good job though.
Oh, and there's our lamp.
All right, it's not a bad pickup, especially since we're gonna have to do pod.
So what do you think is our next step gonna be? Swamp Palace maybe, with that newly acquired mirror here on Obscure's side?
Yeah, might be. Yeah, Hateful is probably, after finding the flute, heading over to my area and then finding the hookshot. So then with the knowledge from Obscure, they'll definitely... I think at least one of the runners are gonna go for that.
Yeah, I wonder if Hayfield's gonna pick up the mirror before going there, so he can just like mirror over to Desert.
That would make a lot of sense. And if it still has that fairy, it doesn't really need that blue cane to do that cave.
Yeah, that's true.
And like with the flute, you could even go and just buy a potion before as well. Doesn't really have a lot of money at this point though.
See Area approaching the boss room here in Ice Palace as the music
getting
changes.
bullied a little bit.
Yeah, Hayfield got the flute now. Saves and quits. I think he found all the items.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think like in a normal seed, I would definitely give the edge beforehand to Ari and Dante. Both of them like really well accomplished NMG runners. But with Randomizer or like Enemizer, like so much of those strats that you practice so much for in NMG, you don't really get as much use of them in Enemizer. Enemizer is more like you have to be reactive and improvise. Game knowledge plays in a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely true. There's a lot, like, not a lot of your skill set from NMG, like, transfers over in this mode. So it's kind of interesting to see, like first-class runners like Ari, like, fumble around in some rooms. We also found our Quake Medallion in Super Bunny Cave, which is required for both dungeons, by the way, Misery Mire and Turtle Rock. So that's a good pickup here, and good knowledge as well.
Definitely. Right,
So it looks like
it's gonna turn in the green pendant first here.
I'm probably also gonna clear Eason and pick up his flippers while he's here.
Makes sense, yeah. Although might actually wait with that because he does know where the mirror is, so he could do Pod and Eastern together later.
Yeah, that's a good point. Looks like that's exactly what he's gonna do.
Hover here. From what I've been told, this is the easiest hover in the game. And Dante can't even do that, so Dante is scrub at hovering, confirmed.
Well, that was a very nice Herapod on Ari's side. Yeah, I'm surprised Hayfield didn't pick up that mirror before coming over here, but now he found the hookshot. He's probably gonna tell Obscure about it immediately.
Yeah.
And I expect one of them to be like in Swamp soon, and the other one probably in like Mire and Desert.
Yeah, it would make a lot of sense. It's dungeons that none of them have been in yet, and we'll get crystals from both of them. The only scary part of Swamp right now is, I think, is Trinex as the boss fight. Because it's quite a slow dungeon, and then having to leave that is kind of awkward. But I don't really think you can play around that too much. Like, the odds are in your favor that it's not Trinex.
Yeah, I think you just go, and if it ends up being Trinex, your opponents probably also like went in there without knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if he's gonna do Spike Cave without the immunity. So just gonna use up his fairy here. She still has from like 10 minutes into the run.
Yeah. That's actually quite impressive with how punishing the early game was. Everybody else lost their fairy like within 5-10 minutes.
Also gulping down the blue goo, just to make sure that it's enough. Harry getting his lamps, gonna go and pick up the Quake medallion as well, I think. Did we turn in the mushroom right there, or did Hayfield just want to say hello to the witch for a second?
Honestly, not sure.
I think he just said hi.
Yeah.
Chat keeping us up to date here. Argus is the boss of Pod. Which makes sense that Obscure didn't like go and do it earlier, because he didn't have the hookshot just yet.
Yeah,
but
that makes a lot of sense.
But I expect Dante to go and finish up the dungeon. Same as Hayfield. But Hayfield doesn't have the lamp right now.
Yeah, and yeah, it's interesting Hayfield heading over to Pod here. Because there wasn't really anything except the blue cane, right, in Pod, I don't think.
Yeah.
So heading over here, like I suppose like you'll get your flippers, so maybe Hayfield is the one going for Pod or Swamp Palace.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna go ahead and
then Obscure might just Obscure is gonna activate the float here, maybe head over to Desert.
Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. So what are we looking for here for Go mode? Probably just Kane, maybe Ice Rod. Is that correct?
Yeah. So Trinex would have to be, so there could be one or two Trinexes. So if there's one, it'll have to be either in Mire or in Ice Armors. Or if there's two of them, they would both have to be there and no big key behind Ice Armors. I think that's the only way we end up not having to need that Ice Rod.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it's like they used a shuffle of bosses that like it's the same amount of bosses as in the vanilla game. So there's like a single of each and then a double of 3 of them.
Yeah, like three doubles. Yeah, I think so as well. Eri gonna go ahead, do the big bomb. I think like Team Pugs over here on the left side, they are slowly running out of options after Pod and Big Bomb.
Yeah, missing that mirror is definitely slowing them down a bit right now. I mean, they're getting good checks out of the way, but they're probably gonna be forced to go back there soon.
Yeah, Eri's gonna go ahead, pick up that red mail. They're still on like 7-8 hearts like across the board, so a red mail definitely is a good pickup.
Yeah, it just makes so many of the really bad enemies like not too bad at all.
Meanwhile, Dante's stocking up on like 7 fairies here in front of the Argus room. We see Obscure in Desert as we predicted. Let's see what he's gonna find down here.
Half a heart might just take a Death Warp here instead of mirroring.
He has to clear that room first though.
Yeah, that would be beneficial for sure. There's a big key. Oh, it's just missing the the one time you don't want to miss those. Right, is this our first catfish?
Yeah. Quick fish even.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I mean 300 rupees. It's not too bad, but definitely not what Eri wants to see there. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be in Swamp or in Mire? Or I suppose potentially on the boss here in Desert. I'm not sure if we found both items or not.
Kind of wanted to be in Caneless Maya at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would also bring Pugs like back into the race a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Eri is heading in there right now.
Yeah, because right now I feel like they are like at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
But
Dante is making the play into Spike Cave as well, though, so they will get the knowledge of the mirror and probably get the items out of Myers as well.
the Mothula here in Desert, which is a lot less scary if it's not like in a room covered with spikes.
Yeah. Definitely, I feel like Mothula and Moldorm just becomes like the easiest bosses, where sometimes they can be some of the most obnoxious ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the true danger of those boss fights are really like the boss rooms combined with those bosses, and not the boss themselves.
Yeah. But yeah, Hayfield's mirroring over to Eastern. He's gonna pick up his flippers here in a second. Gonna go ahead and kill the other Moldorm here. Same for Dante. Except he didn't mirror, he just fluted over. Looks like we left an item in Desert Big Chest. Let's see what it is.
Alright. Nothing good really then. Sif Obscure doesn't really have... Well, does have all the items for Swamp, I suppose, by now. So might just head there first, yeah. So maybe Hayfield will be jumping into Mire instead, if there's nothing in Swamp.
Yeah, I think at this point, I don't know if there's like a lot left outside of the two dungeons, but I think it comes down to Mire and Swamp. And we also already have seen oh god, I thought the hand was like still going down on Ares' side here, the War Master. I think we've also already seen 2 items in Misery Mire, and there's not a whole lot more. Obscure actually checking Digspot and K45 first. Oh, Dante checking the Vanilla Bicky chest here in Eastern. Does this have an item left? I suppose so, right?
I suppose it does, yeah, because Ari should have that information.
Aw, alright.
That definitely could have been a game-winning choice there.
We're skipping cutscene chest, as Chad points out. I'm not sure if we found all 3 items. I think it's 3 items in Misery Mire, or Ari not getting the mirror?
Should be only 2 in Mire, I think. But yeah,
right.
Ari
yeah,
didn't really get that.
Yeah, Ari's getting his blue cane first.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised me a little bit. I think he could have also just bought like a potion or 2 and just go for it.
Yeah, it does have the money, it does have the flute, and definitely has the game knowledge of that being a possibility.
Yeah, but he also has to clear part anyway, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they probably both know that it's in swamp anyways. So it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter who goes there first.
Or in desert, because they both haven't seen desert yet.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, speaking of swamp, looks like Hayfield's finally gonna make his way there, while Obscure cleans up the overworld on Team Noble Fox's side.
Yep. Yeah, so one way or another, we should find our progression in here. Most likely the cane. I don't really think there could be like almost anything else, right? I suppose actually we do have the lamp, and the lamp gives us options to do again Aga, which gives us book on Lumberjack, which is kind of awkward, but it's a possibility.
Yeah. I think we leave that possibility up to chat. Yeah, this would definitely be a fun route. So I think we saw both items in Maya already, right?
I think so, yeah. I don't think Eri would skip that chest if there was still an item in there.
Yeah, he's usually like very thorough with his checks. See Hayfield's going for the full clear route. Because usually you see runners going to the like compass chest, which is like the bottom room of the dungeon, I guess, in Swamp
Yeah.
Palace. But if you plan on full clearing, this is faster.
Yeah, it makes sense, especially since like it's very likely they'll get progression in here. So if you're gonna full clear the dungeon, you might as well just go here first. We now hear Hayfield bass sound. Is that a definitive lead now from Noble Foxes?
Knowledge-wise, definitely. And I don't know if like the Pug's, execution edge, which we already talked about, like slight edge in this mode, it's gonna make up that deficit, the information deficit.
Left side swamp does have a heart piece, and oh, there's
Ooh.
Arcane. Did they not check that?
Huh.
Yeah,
That's not
I think
that's
Obscure forgot to check that when they did.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that is definitely not good, because if they don't remember that they skipped that, like they could maybe even go for the book before going back.
Yeah, we don't really know if it's go mode yet. But
yeah, we could still need Ice Rod. Like the biggest 5-head play here would be just Ice Rod being on the book, and then they get that.
Yeah, I hope they didn't like miscommunicate, which sometimes can happen in co-op seats, because you sometimes talk about like locations with your partner, and then you don't really like focus as much because you're in a boss fight or something, and then
Yeah.
like information gets lost somewhere.
Yeah, and it's also like just easy to sometimes give too much information as well. Like if you give all the information that you find, like some of the more valuable information or stuff like that could get like kind of lost there.
Yeah, also I don't know if you saw it, but that's kind of funny. Like the movable wall in desert that you cannot like go past the little spike that went like left and right in this room. It just totally like went into the wall and came out of it a little while later.
Yeah, spike just moves so fast it just faces through the wall.
Sounds like some Super Mario 64 shenanigans. Build up a lot of speed, go through walls.
Yeah, I mean the runners are not allowed to clip through walls, but the enemies in this game, they don't really play by our rules.
Yeah, they have their own rule set. But yeah, I expect Dante's just gonna like clear all the crystals. And
yeah, they're probably gonna just
like assume their angle.
Yeah, like maybe go half go mode. Like you pick up the easy chest, but maybe skip like left side swamp, for example.
Yeah.
So Eri gonna pick up the mirror as well, and then just follow suit and just complete the dungeons.
But yeah, we have not seen a Trinex yet, so it's still up for grabs somewhere.
Yep.
And Team Pugs definitely hopes it's gonna be in Misery Maya, while the other team, even though they don't know it yet, but they kind of hope it's gonna be like maybe upstairs GT or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or even just in T-Rock, right?
So Hayfell is heading up the mountain.
Yeah, he's gonna pick up his lamp and Quake, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right, because both of them probably imagine it has to be Meyer now, but Obscure's taking out the mirror, he's remembering.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good on their end.
Alright, so they're definitely back in the race now. Obscure does have, what, 4 crystals left to do?
Yeah, Obscure telling Hayfield that the cane is down there, and Hayfield's like, alright, let's pick that up, because that's more efficient.
Yeah, it doesn't really need the Quake now, until they go up the mountain for Tatrock anyways.
Yeah, so this is like one example of like good communication and like rerouting on the fly as your partner gives you some info, which definitely happens sometimes.
Yeah, and Obscure going for Ice Palace as the first of these dungeons, I think this makes sense, because has the K now, so can just take the faster route in Ice Palace and get that Tempered Sword as soon as possible.
Yeah, and as you predicted, Dante's gonna like get all the easy checks, like that compass chest we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, like most likely, if you're gonna need the Ice Rod before Tartarok, you're probably finding it in Tartarok anyways.
Is that the rule set for the enemies? Place Ice Rod in Turtle Rock?
Yeah, something like that.
This definitely still feels like a very close race, though.
Yeah. I was just looking at the crystals they have left to do as well, and definitely feels like it can go kind of either way right now.
It's like 3 crystals for each runner, I think, right?
Pretty much, yeah. The only outstanding one is Obscurus 4, I think.
That's also 3. It's Pod, Ice Palace, and T-Rock.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, I didn't do very well in math, so thought 2 plus 1 was 4.
Yeah, that's why we commentate with 2 people usually. Get 1 math major, 1, I don't know, like biology major.
Yep.
Very casually slashing that moth 4 times.
We get some information from chat here that the Mr. Mario boss was Helmosar. Must have been from a compass check there. So that means that Trinex would have to be either like vanilla or top of GT or behind like the Ice Armos. So that's quite a big possibility we're gonna need that Ice Rod. But then again, like the most likely place to find it would be in GT or Tartarok as well, though.
Yeah, I think we've seen pretty much every other check.
Yeah, I think like one thing to keep in mind if we don't get it before Gannis Tower is that maybe you want to make sure that your routing in GT puts you at the Ice Armos fight like as late as possible, unless it's like on the right side or something like that.
You think so? Maybe you just rush left side, hope to like find Big Key or Ice Rod, and then you also get the info if Trinex is there. And if it's not there, you know that you definitely need that Ice Rod.
I mean, that's one of the beautiful things with this game, right? Like, there's so many different strats you can take, and like they both have value in different ways. And then I mean, if both runners get to Janus Tower like fairly similar, they can just take one route each.
What does Dante do to this poor beetle? Could he not leave the room there? Yeah, Obscure heading over to Pod for his last crystal before T-Rock.
Yeah, and Hayfield is gonna be the first runner into Tot Rock.
Yeah, and
which
then
is where we'll get some new information here.
Yeah, and then he's gonna mirror over to Hera right before going into GT.
Yeah, so that's a nice like ending kind of route with dungeons. And since like none have done Tot Rock as of this moment, like Hayfield will most definitely, I think, at this point, be the first runner into Gas Tower.
Yeah, looks like it. But yeah, also what chat mentions, or like what chat is talking about earlier, like in this mode, there's like some interesting stuff going on where some bosses can only spawn in like certain boss rooms because of the way the like let's say the dungeon map is like laid out.
Yep.
Because I think like Trinex needs a couple of like empty rooms like besides the boss room to like basically put the script of the fight in like one of these rooms, and some rooms are just like packed in the middle somewhere of like other rooms, so you can't really like put the script in there.
Yeah, and then you have like rooms like both Moldorm fights, like only half of all the bosses in the game could be there. Like you can't have a Moldorm, or you can't have a Lamolas fight there, for example, or a Trinex fight, or Argus.
Yeah.
I think Blind cannot be there as well. We haven't seen Blind yet, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And then we haven't seen a Helma as well.
There's a Helma in Misery Maya, though.
Oh, yeah, right. Alright, we got both. We're pretty much gonna have all four runners in Tot Rock at the same time in different places. It's both Dante and Eri is about to enter, and Obscurious to finish his sixth crystal as well, so heading up there.
Yeah, Dante and Eri getting like a little race going on.
Yeah. Yeah, never mind who's gonna win the race. Like, who's gonna win the race between Dante and Eri?
Yeah. That's the more important question, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, The one who loses this one probably gets kicked out after the season's over.
Wonder how many like different puck sprites they have to come up with in the future with like members leaving and like joining the team and stuff.
Nothing of value so far in Tut Rock. I guess it's slightly awkward that they're both in Tut Rock at the same time because none of them can give information to the other one on what to skip. I guess they're taking different paths here. So the first couple of rooms they actually can go different paths, and then I suppose the rest of it is fairly linear.
Yeah, there's only so much like possibility in T-Rock to split up ways, so don't think we will see too much of it. Meanwhile, Obscure's the last runner into T-Rock as well, but just like Ari and Dante already has that Hera Crystal. That's why we see Hayfield like a little bit ahead, like in front of every other runner.
Skipping Mimic Cave. That's interesting. I was thinking maybe just head up and check the big chest first and then do Mimic Cave, but pretty sure they just skipped it completely and we don't have the ice road yet, so. But I guess it's like the same thinking of left side swamp, only like Mimic Cave is not quite as far.
I didn't quite catch it, but maybe he's just like leaving it for Obscure to check.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, sure, it's only been an hour, but an hour in co-op is actually quite a bit. So they might feel a little bit stressed too. Like, sure, they don't have really a playoffs to play for here, but like, there's still a lot of pride left to fight for here.
I quite enjoyed Dante leaving that pipe and just like going back in like immediately, you know, like that Simpsons meme with the grandpa.
Yeah,
like walks in, he's just like grabbing his head and walks out back again.
Okay, no ice run on Laser Bridge.
Alright, so it's probably in GT, but we also still have that book possibility.
Yeah, vast majority of times it would be in GT here. And if it's in GT, you won't really need it before GT anyway, so.
I like how they like split up here on Team Pugs, that Ari is gonna check the cave. Yeah, and it's just bombs. Okay.
Alright. Oh, there's a Trinex though! Is book the only possibility we have? No, we also have pedestal, I guess. I think that's the only two options we have, right?
I think so.
That's...
Oh, we also have Back of Thieves Town. That's actually a good point.
Oh, that's true. I mean, at this point, you just pretend Back of Thieves Town doesn't exist, right?
There's not a lot left in the game, so this just has become...
I don't know how many items we got from Thieves Town. We got like 2, I think. Kind of awkward thing, they can't even read pad until they get the book anyways.
So maybe get book first is the play here.
So you can go read pad instead of checking the book locations.
Yeah, like what do you even do here in like terms of co-op? Do you just like divide and one just like gets book and the other is just like not getting pedestal, or you know?
I guess, yeah, it's really awkward.
Oh yeah, looks like Obscure's gonna... What's he gonna do? Smith Chain? Did they not do it?
I think they did. Well, someone did, but I guess they didn't.
No, Ari definitely did Purple Chest and Smiths. I don't know if I've seen it on the right side. The synchronized mirroring.
makes sense for Hayfield to head to Maya here, I think, because he already has the other two pendants. So could just like beat this dungeon, and then if it's not here, you just head straight for pad.
Yeah, Dante's sitting on the map screen. I think they're like widely discussing right now where to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Noble Foxes also does not have any info, I think, on like items in Maya already. So it makes sense that one is like in here and the other one's doing like other stuff first. I think Ari's gonna go ahead over to Graveyard Ledge, which we haven't seen. I think Pugs might
yeah,
also not have
that's true.
seen Bumper Ledge, but
we did get that mirror quite late.
yeah.
I mean, if you're looking at Dante and Eri, I mean, they skip left side swamp, so that's a possibility for them. We know it's nothing.
Yeah, but at this point, I think you just go with it.
Yeah, like you kind of have to commit to that gamble, which if they do, will actually save them time.
Ari mirror bonking here on the way out of Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, Obscure's gonna head into Feast Town, so with the information they have right now, I think they're definitely heading to the back of Feast Town here before going to the boss.
I wonder where Ari is going.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Oh,
picking up the green pendant because they haven't checked that one yet. All right.
right. I was thinking beating the green pendant and then pulling pad, but no, would need Meyer. But since it's a green pendant, makes sense.
Yeah, Obscure checking back of Thieves here in a second. I think that makes a lot of sense as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It kind of feels like all the runners are going for pad at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think pad is just like... Yeah, it feels like it's a little bit faster, right? Than going for Aga and then checking two book spots. Maybe, I guess. I mean, it's just so awkward, right? If you go for pet, it's still two items as well, because you get one from green pendant as well.
Yeah.
So the same amount of checks as doing Aga in the book. But it's definitely putting like both, like, it's definitely a bit of a, I don't know, maybe a gamble to both go for pad.
Oh, I think Obscure also despawned the key here in Thieves Town, so he had to mirror out and go in again. So we're getting more delay on that information.
So Flane, when you see seats like this, don't you just kind of wish that you should go get back into the competitive rando scene?
No. I mean, like watching seats like that and like playing them once in a while. I think it's good fun. You just don't want that to happen like every time.
At least in this seed, like Dante and Eri, like their team is already qualified for playoffs. Sure, if they win, they can guarantee a spot as first like winner in the division. But like at least if they lose, they're not like out of the season or anything like that. And same for like Hayfield and Obscure, they don't risk relegation, so like they don't really have anything to play for except for fun and all that. So
yeah, what better seat to do that? Yeah. Huh?
Ice rock back of Feast Town.
Oh, all right.
Yikes! Yeah, I think that's not great for the pugs here.
We still have some game left though.
Yeah. Oh, but Eri is now heading for Aga Tower as well. And Dante already beat Thieves Town as well, so he's not gonna go back there anytime soon.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna run for pad.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I guess we did. Eric did take that early death here in the Dark Sewers as well. It's gonna be interesting to see what Dante has to say after the race, because he did try to pick up that key for back of Thieves Town, but despawned it. And that was so much earlier than when Obscure did it, so he is probably thought that it wasn't worth it.
Now the fun part is we have to go through all of Turtle Rock again.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at least Obscure only needs to go through it once. Got that information before he got up there.
It was inside the dungeon as well, though, right?
Which was?
I said he was also inside the dungeon already when they found out that it's Trinex.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess it was.
So Dante fluting over to 3, let's see where he decides to go.
He's going to pull pad after beating Mafula. Well, not Mafula, but Vifula, I guess.
Yeah. That's pretty much a worst case scenario here for that team.
Yeah. I mean, that's always a scenario that you have to keep in mind in Randomizer, and I think like both teams made the correct calls of like not going excessively for Ice Rod, but it's just like sometimes it's just gonna happen sometimes. It's not too much you can do about it.
Yeah, definitely. I think also both teams did like a really good job of dividing the work and like weaving in the information the other runner got them.
Yeah.
To navigate the seed. Definitely what you expect of runners of their caliber, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's also one task left after we beat Trinex here. Walter, do you know what that task is gonna be?
Is it finding some small keys so we can find a big key?
It's the small key game, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's 4 small keys in Gaia's Tower that you can find, but we don't know where they are yet. Could be anywhere.
So you could put your 4 numbers in chat right now and guess where the four small keys are gonna end up being.
Yeah. I'm going for like 1 on torch and 2 upstairs, and then like 1 in tile room. Probably not possible, but maybe it would be fun. That also like mix up with my phone number, so.
So my guess is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4.
There'll be 2 on the right side, 1 on torch, and first room in DM room.
Yeah. Alright, Dante, what is the disappointment price gonna be?
I hope it's the mushroom, honestly. Just to pour some extra salt in the wound.
Yeah, that would be very upsetting.
Right.
Well, that's almost as bad.
Yeah, I mean, at least you just got the disappointment right away. I think that 1 rupee is actually more value than the mushroom has right now, so kind of a win. Ooh, so Dante is going for the book here as well. I think that's like if it wasn't over already, I think this definitely kind of seals it, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, even if they have to double down on this now.
Yeah,
Because if
yeah,
it's in back of thieves, I think they know they've already lost.
yeah. And
So
same with left side swamp.
yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like
Hmm.
there's like points in a race where you know, okay, if it's like there, we just lose, and then you
Yeah,
have to like if you really want to win, you just go for all the other stuff.
yeah, for sure.
So I think
Like if
this
you
makes
go
a lot
back
of
for those
sense.
other things, like you probably lost already anyways. So might
Yeah.
as well take the one route that could lead to victory. The funny thing is when that happens to both runners at the same time, and both take like the most awkward route just because they think the other one already picked it up.
Yeah, I really hope this was not like some miscommunication with like the key despawning or something. But
No, I mean there was I think there was like a map on the boss of Feastown, and so Dante should know for sure that he didn't get like all the items.
Wait. Look, there's a key in chest number 2.
Oh,
So
all
I'm
right.
like 25% correct already.
Yeah, yeah. Tonight's lottery numbers are.
We have the mushroom on obscure side. Was that on Trinex?
No, I think it was Dark Magician room.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that he has been in there for quite a while. I also enjoy the 1 hour 15 K45 check.
Oh, half magic, not bad.
Alright, we're going back to the left side.
Yep. Got enough small keys already that not even worth picking up that small key on the right side.
Right, Hayfield still has to do Hera here.
Mm-hmm. And Eri is about to find out that book is not it. While Dante is fighting Aga, so it's I mean
It's gonna
let's
be
see.
an interesting Aga fight for Dante for sure.
Only one blue ball at least, you know? Something.
Fastest Aga in history.
Yeah. So what, at this point one goes to Swamp and the other one goes to... Oh, I guess, oh, they haven't done Hera Basement as well.
But looks like Dante's gonna go towards Thieves Town now. Hayfield getting his last crystal, and Obscure checking left side. Random room here in GT.
Yep.
Still hasn't found the last small key.
Yeah, it could be anywhere.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. That means Big Key is in this last one.
Yep. I remember back in the day, like 4 years ago, when this was not like common knowledge, and then
Yeah.
some runner like he got like a small key, and then this was before Quick Swap 2. He like paused his menu, like switched to mirror, and then the next test was Big Key, and everyone's like losing their minds.
Yeah, I remember that too. That's what game knowledge can do to you.
Yeah. But yeah, with that Big Key, there's nothing standing in Obscure's way, except for some bosses upstairs and some weirdly animized rooms like this one. Looks like a lot of fun. Definitely did not miss that switch by getting bullied over it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a rough room.
Yeah, the climb here in GT can be it can be really awkward at some points, but there's a lot of enemies in small rooms. But then at the same time, like sometimes you just get like the best climbs ever. You just get like harmless enemies.
Yeah, this does not look like a best climb ever though.
No, maybe faster you switch to fire on here, honestly, because there's probably going to be quite a bit of these.
Just abuse good old bombos.
think you have like 2 different super tiles in the gauntlet here. So you'll get like 2 combinations of more common enemies. Oh, is this the
The
Dark
little ghosty
Shadows?
boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they called actually?
I don't know, but Little Ghosty Boys would be a good band name.
we just spam bombos every room.
Yeah.
That's so good. I love it.
I mean, yeah, you have the magic, and he actually does have the time as well. So
I think for the little ghosty boys though, I think that Ether would have saved some time, like our tracker Raiken is pointing out, because it's a shorter animation.
yeah,
And they don't have to suffer through like the little burn animation that happens after bombos.
for sure. So let's see here. This is our last double boss. We had 2 Moldorms, 2 Cold Stairs, and did we have 2 Mofulas?
No.
Maybe only 1.
With 2 Moldorms, 2 Cold Stairs, and
I guess Blind would have to be in the
Ice Try next room, yeah.
Yeah. It can't be in the last fight here.
Yeah. This might just be a plain old Morphula.
Yeah, I think it has to be like what, a Morphula, Helmasaur, Vitreous, or Cold. No, it can't be another Cold Stare. So I guess that's our options. And apparently the ghosty boys are called Babusu. That's definitely the correct way to say that.
I think that's just Japanese for little ghosty boys.
Yeah, most likely. So Dante is about to get his last crystal as well. Here's our second Vitreous fight.
Alright, so we had what, like 2 Vitrii?
Uh-huh.
2 Cold Stairs and 2 Moldorms.
Yep.
I mean, not ideal, not what you want, but
No.
could be a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, at least like 2 of these were pretty late game bosses, so at that point you have the equipment to handle it.
I think equipment-wise, the seed was quite friendly. We just had like low health for like a long time.
Yeah.
But definitely made that up with like powder and other safeties, and like a ton of bottles of like green and blue goo.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
a fairy.
I think so. Yeah, we haven't really seen any devs on except for like super early game.
Yeah. Dante completing his all dungeons run.
Yep.
He even was in the Jäger one fight, so I guess that kind of counts.
Yeah, I mean it's close enough. All right, I get 2 down. That was what, a 3 cycle? That's quite good. I think so. Maybe it was the 4th cycle.
I didn't catch it.
I think it was a triple and then double at first. It should be a 3 cycle.
Triple duel. Yeah, I didn't quite catch it, but I also don't trust your math anymore after earlier, so...
I mean, I don't even trust my math, so I can't blame you.
Yeah, Dante opening up the tower. While Obscure drops into the fight. See a clean 1-on-1. Oh,
I didn't quite get that double spin in. That's a good part of just commentating. You can just criticize people instead of actually having to perform yourself.
Yeah, but he gets a good spawn here to get a 1 cycle phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
Whips out the blue goo just to be safe. It's also gonna be silverless. Just realized.
Yeah. I guess we never did find those silver arrows, and we pretty much saw like almost everything in the game. Might be behind that ice blind. Could actually even be in the top of the tower here, right? Because I don't think Obscure checked those chests.
Oh, they're in the tower. Yeah, I think might be behind ice blind, or like
Yeah.
I think we also saw I saw Obscure skip some chests upstairs. I don't know if Hayfield got them.
Yep. Well, I'm not sure about Hayfield, but I mean, he has the information now, so he's probably just gonna mirror and grab the silvers, right?
Yeah. The area opening GT here.
Yeah, and they're gonna see the first dot down here quite soon, and probably know that they are gonna lose this race. I mean, they probably have a pretty good inkling about that already with how they found Ice Rod. Yeah, GG's to Obscure being the first one to finish the seed. Hayfield is about to go to Ganon and fight as well.
Are you going for the straight up Tyroom play here?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, they don't really have too much to lose, right?
Yeah, I think he's not gonna complete it though. Because
Yeah.
Dante will pick up the big key here in a second. But maybe it's gonna be silver arrows.
Honestly, it could be. Has quite a good. Yeah, he's gonna finish it. No.
Oh, all right.
Rip.
Yeah, that's fair though. I mean, they saw 1 dot done. They have no idea where Hayfield is at. Maybe they believe he like also went for like a book play or pedestal or something.
Yeah, I mean, until it's truly over, all you can do is just go for it. Also, what's up, Obscure? GG's on this race.
Hey guys,
GGs.
thanks. Thank you. Hayfield's going to be here in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for GG's.
What's how do you guys feel when you realized you needed the ice rod before GT?
In a way, relieved. We kind of messed up the scenario. It was a bit of miscommunication. Because I know Hayfield went to my sheds, picked up the hook shot, so I assumed he'd check checkerboard as well. But Hayfield didn't have the mirror. So neither of us checked checkerboard. And then once we'd done like we were just kind of cleaning up, and Hayfield was like, "Did you do checkerboard?" I was like, "No." It was like, "I didn't have mirror." I was like, "Okay, then I'll go to Maya because Quake's up the mountain. You can do some cleanup." And then when we found that scenario, we was like, "Okay, we're in trouble. Let's hope there's Trinex in Turtle Rock, but we got to play like there's no Trinex."
Yeah.
So it kind of bailed us out, actually, the ice rod.
Yeah, I mean that's what everybody really went for. That like all 4 runners were in GT at the not GT Turtle Rock at the same time. But I think Dante went into Feastan early and also despawned that key like you did first time in.
Yeah.
So he just skipped the back completely. So they went for like pad and book after that instead.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean it happens, but yeah.
Yeah, not gonna lie, we were a little shocked. But I mean, we're happy that we won, but it was just kind of like, okay, something disaster must have hit them because we know how good these guys are.
You guys also got the mirror like way sooner than the pugs did.
Yeah, your play into Pod really paid off for that blue cane into Mirror.
Yeah, we were kind of at a little bit of a crossroads because we didn't really know what to do. Like, Hayfield had already been over to Village of Outcasts. We didn't really want to go back there. I'd been to Pod and found nothing. So it was kind of like, okay, let's sequence break up the mountain and see if there's anything there before I go over to Village of Outcasts. So it actually worked out really nicely finding that mirror.
We're also joined by Hayfield. GG's, dude.
GG's. Definitely that mirror was a good find.
Yeah.
So
Let me
yeah.
let me ask you, Hayfield, how does it feel to have the confidence of going into Ice Palace with like 3 mail and 6 hearts?
Yeah, we were a bit low stacked with the HP there, but you have to remember I had some backup with the fairy and the blue goo. That gave me some confidence at least.
I mean, I think you were the only runner who didn't lose their fairy like within the first 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, that went out pretty nice because the mirror was in Spike Game and the burner was in Pod. So I knew I still had it, that fairy, so could just do that Spike Game easily.
Yeah.
So yeah. When you see Trinex there at the TR, you start to panic a bit. But
Yeah, as Obscure said, it actually ended up like winning you the race, because I think Team Pugs was ahead of you going into that fight, and they found out early. No, you found out first, but they were like, you know, ahead if it wasn't Trinex, and so this kind of bailed you out.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, actually, it was a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely would have been close, I think, if it wasn't Trinex there, but I think the Pug team definitely had like an advantage at that point.
Yeah, and such amazing players, so it would probably be hard to get some execution advantage in the climb.
Yeah, not necessarily, I think, because a lot of their execution is from like NMG and like the standard room layouts, and Randomizer like messes with that quite a bit, right?
Yeah, and I think, execution doesn't matter too much when you're using the bombos, right?
Yeah,
You're just going for bombos in every single room.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, it
It's like
definitely feels different, the climb. But yeah, but bombos, it reminds me about Randomizer climbs. I usually at least spend bombos 2-3 times in the climb usually.
Yeah, I mean it is a very safe strat, and like if you have the magic for it, then like it's not really gonna go too wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, do you guys have one more game against this team this week, or is this the last one?
No.
Same time tomorrow.
Same time tomorrow. Same runners?
Yeah, they will switch. Andy will step in instead of Eriror.
Oh, so they are bringing the big guns, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And one more thing, me and Obscure, we had to practice it every single time. Required item back of Thieves Town.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. We only had one item in the back, and I was like, no way. I can't go back in. I don't want to lose the fairy now when I'm planning to go to Ice Palace.
Yeah.
So I did at least the boss for a refill. I was going to Ice, so it was just do the boss refill. There might be an item there as well in Thieves. Boss.
Yeah, that's awkward. Like when it's a pendant as well, and you don't really need to go to the back.
Is this gonna influence your routing decisions for tomorrow? Like if you like go into Thieves Town, do you clear the bag this time or?
Yeah, we'll I don't know. You gotta be in the moment, I
Yeah.
guess.
All right.
I think we planned to do it this seed, like was going to do it, but then when we found 3 items in the front, was like, do we really want to do the back for 1 item?
Yeah, maybe Pugs will adjust and then just go and do it tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, of course. Everybody's doing it tomorrow. And the back of Thief's Town can be pretty nasty if you have low health as well.
Yeah, especially early on, right?
Yeah.
GG's to Dante, finishing out the seed as well. They get a couple of really nice silverless slashes there as well during that fight.
Also saw a double spin here on Eri side before the torch went out. It's also always kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a fun race to watch, because we're speculating about that ice rod like for quite some time, and we didn't really know what it's gonna end up being. We were kind of maybe not hoping, but like talking about it being locked behind Book, which was on Lumberjack, right?
Oh yeah.
Like that would have also been quite some fun.
Yeah, that was playing in the back of our mind as well. But we just didn't want to commit to it. It would have been we made 2 skips, so we probably would have like one of us gone to Aga 1 before that. But yeah, we were trying to avoid it and hoping for the best.
And we're joined with Dante and Eri as well. GG's.
GG's.
GG's, guys.
Maybe not quite the seed you guys were hoping for, but
Felt very different from all the practice seeds we've had, I feel. Like, this was also enemy-wise on the worst side. I'm not sure if Dante agrees, but I think like in all the practice seeds I've had, like it was a bit milder. Also a few more safeties early on, so I definitely got caught off guard a bit early.
yeah, you had like a nice 12-second death in the seed, I think.
That was Dante.
Oh, was it Dante?
Did
Yeah.
I?
You ran out of
someone
sank,
ran
right?
into a skull early
That was
on.
me.
there on your
That was me.
Oh,
That was out of
oh,
sank.
okay.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
great. I thought it was one of the pod ones, and then suddenly it did 4 hearts of damage.
They're the best. Yeah, overall, like this was, I knew we were probably not gonna have the best luck since we were like screen for screen talking to each other in TR. And it was like, okay, let's just hope. And then we did not really have a game plan. And then I was like, so do you want me to go to Meyer to get the last item? And because we both were under the assumption there was an item on the boss or the cutscene. So we went straight there, and then we had a little bit of confusion. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. Do I do thieves or do I pull the ped? And I even if we went to thieves there, I don't think that saves us. But we decided to go the ped route since I had 2 of the pendants already, and the other one was like right there. And then I just assumed it's got to be there. So on the book, so I just followed Eri into. I was like, this is probably our last out.
Yeah, I mean, you were actually all 4 of you in Turtle at the same time without the ice rod.
Oh wow.
So it was quite close at that point. But then it just they went to Feast Town like way earlier than you did afterwards, because I think Obscure went back in there and despawned the key just like you did, but then like just mirrored and did it one more time.
Yeah, so Hayfield was actually the first one to figure out that ice rod is needed, but you guys were like collectively probably like a little bit ahead. So
yeah, because Hayfield still had Hera left at that point as well.
Yeah, so it kind of worked out for Team Noble Foxes this time. And like if we ignore everything that went on like after T-Rock, I guess, because you guys, you kind of decided on all the wrong things, sadly. But that's just how it is with Randomizer sometimes.
I think it swing back and forth quite well early on though. Like the Noble Foxes got the mirror way sooner, but then they kind of skipped the hookshot for a while, which the Pugs find.
The cane, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, the cane. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I got blue cane in the back, and I was looking at our share dock, and I was like, Aerie doesn't need to go back here potentially. Like, just to go for a blue cane is a very long way. If we were like green mail steal, without any knowledge, then it might be a little more beneficial. So I was like, let me go ahead and check Spike right after pod. And then when Mirror showed up, I was going to go to swamp, so got the flippers. And then I was like, desert's faster if it's a Trinex, so let's do desert and maybe ice rods and checkerboard. So yeah, it was just overall. I think Aerie and I both played well. Early hiccups from I think both of us, but it was a fun seed. Just one of those fun deals where good luck at the end.
Yeah, I mean, there's always that possibility of a late try next before GT. But I mean, when it happens, right?
Yeah, and we saw the first dot done. It was like, oh, I don't think Hayfield's going to finish like 15 minutes behind. So we knew we were probably sunk at that point. So
yeah. I don't regret many of the decisions. I think overall, like, it was okay. Maybe we skipped a few things too aggressively, or I did anyway. But like once we found out we needed Ice Rod, I think it was overall fine. I don't think going for the book was that bad, but yeah, obviously it's a big time sink.
I think it was fine, like on both teams actually. Like everyone split up their work like very well, and also like definitely saw like communication happening between the like different team members, and I think it, like, as always in Rando, there's like no right or wrong. Like whatever you decide on, you just like hope and pray that the item you're looking for is gonna be there. And this time it like worked out for Noble Foxes, didn't work out for the Pugs. Maybe tomorrow's gonna be a different story.
Yeah, but either way, there's no shame in losing to them. They're amazing runners and gone far enough in tourneys and showed up in crucial moments.
absolutely.
Thanks, appreciate it. Like we were excited like to go against you guys. I mean, it goes without saying like how good you are, and it's always good challenge for ourselves like to really play against the best. So yeah, thanks for the race, guys.
Definitely an honor to race you guys.
Yeah, and thanks everyone for racing tonight and giving Walter and me the opportunity to commentate this match, and Marcy and Relkin to track it, who did a pretty good job at doing that. So thanks everyone at this point.
Yeah, thank you guys for all the volunteering.
Good luck to both of your teams tomorrow, and good luck for the Pugs in the playoffs later as well.
Yeah, we'll need it. I'm gonna let the other two do the dirty work. They have to show up tomorrow. I can finally sit back and relax.
But only for a week or two.
Yeah.
Alright, and I think with that we're gonna sign off for this match. And if you want to see more, link to the past randomizer. I think there's a race in about an hour and 20 on SpeedGaming 2. It's gonna be OK Dudes versus He Came From, I think. I'm not sure. Schedule is a little bit weird to read. Which is gonna be Ganon's Gone Wild and Hitsuyan versus Magnet Hands and Average Frustrated Gamer. So if you're interested, go ahead and watch that one for more League shenanigans in Week 7. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thanks, Walter. It was fun commentating with you.
Yeah, thank you. See you guys next time.
Bye-bye.